And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Let's keep it moving with more of these top headlines. One that we have been covering for several weeks. We got to go out now to Newark Liberty International Airport. Live picture there on the tarmac. Well, this is what we know. The FAA is investigating another air traffic control incident at Newark Airport there in Jersey. A brief radio outage happened yesterday. It was the airport's fourth system failure in a month. We brought you this news just yesterday. That outage this time, just yesterday, only lasting about 2 seconds, but still concerning nonetheless. Our colleague there, Fox News multimedia reporter Kaylee Schuyler, still at Newark Liberty with the latest. Kaylee, good to see you here. How are passengers holding up? Did this latest outage cause any delays or cancellations?
Andrew, it absolutely caused delays and cancellations. Yesterday and today, there were around a dozen cancellations and more than 1,000 delays. But I actually want to start with the FAA just released an interim report saying that they are going to be reducing flights in and out of Newark to 28 per hour. And that's going to be taking place until about June 15th. And they're saying they're doing this. The goal is to help passengers with some of these reduced flights that we've been talking about for really weeks now, if not almost a month. And they said some things could change. This is going to be taking place for about a month because right now one of the runways is currently under construction. And they say once that's done, then they might bump up flights a little bit more. They said about 34 flights in and out of Newark in an hour. But it really is crazy. You mentioned, that radio outage yesterday was just 2 seconds, but it does cause a little bit of chaos here. And that was long enough for air traffic controllers to realize that something was up.
Just be advised, we may be having a frequency outage that is occurring right now. If you lose us, say at 4,000, and then just contact the Teterboro Tower on 19.5. We're okay for now, but in case of a backup, it's going to be Teterboro Tower 9.
Check 355, how do you hear this radio? 355. Can everyone hear me on this frequency okay? Anybody that cannot?
So the FAA does say that all planes remained safely separated during yesterday's incident, but on top of all the recent technology issues here at Newark, staffing shortages and runway construction are also increasing delays. And officials are warning if upgrades don't come soon, these problems could spread to more and more airports. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is asking Congress for $18 billion up front to hire and train new air traffic controllers and update buildings and radar systems. Officials say improvements could take time, but there seems to be little doubt that the entire system needs an overhaul.
NACA has been advocating for over a decade for this very thing, is a level of modernization that's needed, not just in the infrastructure, but in the communications platform that we're using, as well as the staffing issues that we're facing. We had 10,800 certified controllers, where we should be having 14,663. Was 3,600 controllers short today, and it takes 2 to 3 years to train them.
So the FAA just made the announcement, but they said the targets for hourly delays departures and arrivals could change if needed. If they can add some flights and they aren't expecting significant delays, they're going to add them. But on the flip side of that, if they think more flights need to be reduced, they say that's a possibility as well. Andrew.
So, Kaylee, just a quick question. Is this reduced capacity taking effect immediately today?
Yes. Today in their statement, they said it is taking place on May 20th. So I haven't had time yet to talk to any officials. Has that been ongoing all day, or is that effective right now? But it did say in the statement May 20th. All right. Kaylee Schuyler there live for us at Newark Liberty. Kaylee, great reporting. We'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Okay, in the meantime, we're staying with this story. Let's dive in a little deeper. This is breaking news. This is of a piece after some of these meetings last week took place between the airlines and FAA officials on whether or not to reduce kind of incoming and outgoing capacity there at Newark because of some of these issues here. Let's put up this post on X. This is from the FAA. They say they are issuing an interim order reducing the flight arrival and departure rate at Newark, saying our goal is to relieve the substantial inconvenience to the traveling public from excessive flight delays due to construction, staffing challenges, and recent equipment issues. So let's go back out live to Newark on the tarmac there. And so this is breaking as we speak. This is under the interim order issued today that the maximum hourly rate will be 28 arrivals and and 28 departures until the construction of runway 4 is complete. Daily construction on that will end June 15th, but will continue on Saturdays until the end of the year. Outside of that construction period, 34 arrivals and departures until October the 25th later this year. Now, the acting FAA administrator, Chris Rocheleau, says this. I'm going to read the statement again, the full one, saying, quote, "Our goal is to relieve the substantial inconvenience to the traveling public from excessive flight delays due to construction, staffing challenges, and recent equipment issues, which magnify as they spread through the national airspace system. These limits take effect today." And remember, we brought you the news. The FAA, along with the airlines, discussed this very plan during last week's delay reduction meeting. Now, the FAA says they may change the targeted limits if it determines capacity exists to accommodate more flights without a significant increase in delays or that further flight reductions are necessary.